Well, the CO2 is dead. I think a kink in the coolant line officially killed my tube. It's frustrating, but it gives me a good chance to get a lot of maintenance done that I've been hoping to take care of. If you need to swap out your laser tube, there's a few safety things you want to be aware of. Just turning the machine off or even unplugging it isn't enough to make sure that you don't get electrocuted. So you really want to be super careful when you're doing this. I turned my machine off and let it sit for 2 hours with the power switches in the on position, even hit pulse a couple times. You really need to make sure that all of the capacitors are fully drained. Like I said, I waited 2 hours and I'm still here. I'm alive, so I'd say 2 hours is probably good. We went ahead and removed the old tube and drained out what water we could from the lines. It was pretty obvious that the tube was dead. It was arcing inside the casing, which is never good. That's not a good sign at all. So we went ahead and yanked that out, and it's time to get some new stuff. So let's take a look at Amazon and see what we're picking up. So we'll just take a quick look at some of the things we picked up to remedy this situation. First is going to be the Cloudray RECI tube. I'm upgrading from kind of like the brandless style glass tube that shipped with my machine, so I'm really excited to get the RECI in there, and hopefully we'll get some better beam quality and a smaller dot size too out of this. So silver lining, maybe it's a good thing that the tube died. It means we get an upgrade, right? So same 100-watt tube that we had in there before, hopefully just a little bit better performance. Next up, I got some high voltage couplers. They're like connectors that'll connect two ends of a high voltage line, and I got these because I was tired of splicing the wires inside of the CO2. I don't want to do that again. That's how I did it the first time, and it was dangerous and it was arcing against the case. These are 13 bucks and they're simple enough to install, so I picked a few of them up, and we're going to use that to connect the new tube so we don't have any more arcing. We don't have to worry about insulation, so this should be really helpful. Also, while I have everything torn apart, I'm going to be rerunning all of the silicone tube inside of the machine. The stuff in there is kind of gross, it's old, it's kinked. There are kinks all throughout the machine, especially where there are 90-degree turns that the tubing has to make. It's getting kinked from like the hot water, so we're just going to replace all the tubes, and I got a couple things to help us with that as well. These should look familiar if you keep an eye on the channel. There are little snap clamps, and these are going to be great, so I just got the biggest one that they make with all the different sizes. That way I 100% am guaranteed to have exactly what I need while we're redoing the tubing. I also picked up some of these 90-degree elbow fittings. It comes with 5 in a pack, and these should help us navigate the corners inside the machine that the tubing has to make while avoiding the kinking that we were experiencing. So I definitely grabbed a couple of these, and these should solve the kinking issue for sure. Okay guys, well that's it. We've got a game plan. We have our Amazon order in, new tube on the way, so keep an eye on the channel because we're going to follow up with this video with a new one where we install the new tube and redo all of that water cooling tubing and all that. We're going to do it all, but we got to wait about a week for that stuff to come in. So in the meantime, we're going to be working on fiber stuff. We might do a little art. I'll keep you updated, don't worry. And that's all I got, guys. Really stressful day today, but we got through it. Thanks for hanging out with me for it, and we will see you in the next one.